Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today we are heading back to Pueblo, Colorado, which is where I live. So it's actually gonna be pretty nice. What I'm doing is Trevor is wanting to sleep in today. I'm gonna head off with the people that we have been kind of following. It looks like they're gonna leave around 8 o'clock, it's 7:30. I'm gonna check the oil on the Magnum just because you know, I've been racing the car, been driving across the country. Every time I stop, it's a good idea to check the oil. So I'm gonna do that now and then get on the road. Probably before I get on the road, I'll grab some fuel. Really yesterday, it wasn't that far, so I didn't really have to get gas. I did fill up once, but I didn't have to. So I'm gonna get gas, get back on the road, hopefully get to Pueblo. This is the second longest day of Rocky Mountain Race Week, but it shouldn't be, you know, it should be 12 or 13 hours. Hopefully it's like 8. Hopefully I get back, you know, around like 5 p.m., which won't be bad. And hopefully we don't have any issues with the Magnum. And then, you know, Trevor could pretty much follow with another group. And actually, it looks like the parking lot is pretty much already empty. So I think everybody's trying to get an early start today, which is really nice that I heard a race car drive by and it woke me up. Headed to the first checkpoint. The Magnum is doing well, but it's not like it was very far and we're not going that fast. Probably like 65, 70 miles an hour. Going through towns, it's like 35, 45. But yeah, it's kind of cool. This old train over here, I think you could actually go on it. I'm gonna go check it out. Look how big this thing is. Big old steam locomotive. Can you even remember what all this stuff does? I mean, I guess if
there's not really any labels.
No really. Labels, just a bunch of little knobs.
That one says cab heat.
What is Ejecto?
Ejecto-cedo, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, look at all these knobs.
Yeah, and then look how many more are down here.
The roof's wood. I guess this is where you shovel the coal in.
Yep.
There's a bird nest in it.
Yep.
The seat, that looks comfy. These are some good old seats. With all these valves and stuff. Oh, there's a... I wonder if this is a stop and go.
And you? I'm in the alley. Oh.
Now what's this for?
That's plan C.
Now this thing actually still moves.
Race car broke. Back up. I didn't.
Yeah, this breaker over here. This must be a breaker.
Yeah, this one's like locked in. It starts rolling.
I know that would be, that'd be wild.
Rolls off the tracks.
Oh, this now turns.
Yeah, man, everything turns. This thing's like 100 years old and everything still works.
I'm ready.
Got some rust through holes up there. And those are like the brake pads, just metal on metal. So it was cool looking at the locomotive, but everybody's hopping their car and I'm gonna get back on the road. horse track. It's like a cow pasture now. All decrepit. Made it to Bent's Fort. I never even heard of this place, but it is in Colorado, and it just kind of looks like a trail. The fort looks like it's over there. You can see the flag, the American flag right there. I didn't even know this was out here. I can't believe they have sand all the way up here. I wonder how much all this stuff weighs on all the wood beams. It's just crazy. They built stuff like this back then, and they just like did it. Got done checking out the fort, which was pretty cool, but now we are back on the road, and it should only be like an hour and a half back to Pueblo. Finally back in Pueblo, getting ready to go home, but I need to get off the route, so when I get back on the route tomorrow, because you're not supposed to exit the route and then re-enter the route without, you know, backtracking or something like that. So I'll just exit at Pueblo Boulevard, because tomorrow morning I can just come down and get directly on Pueblo Boulevard. Magnum is now back in the garage. She is such a trooper. No issues other than the brake ABS lines coming loose, and since then they haven't come loose again. So it was probably just not tight enough, which isn't that big of a deal, because I think the two that were leaking were the ones that I actually made. And I just think that they probably just came loose because of, you know, the vibration and stuff like that. And they probably just needed to get seated. And I think this drive just pretty much proved that this car is good to go. So tomorrow I need to actually wash this thing, and it's about to rain right now. And I'm gonna take a shower myself and get cleaned up. Warming the Magnum up this morning, check the oil, check the coolant, check to make sure the ABS pump wasn't leaking. Everything looks good. And it's also really nice to be able to sleep in your own bed and take a shower at your house. It just doesn't compare to hotels. The hotels that we stayed at were very nice, but it's not the same. So what I did this morning before I came out and warmed this up was I actually went and got a pair of tires for the Hellcat wheels, because the Hellcat has this huge issue with it just not getting traction with those all seasons. The same thing that's happening with the Magnum. But the plan is, if the Magnum isn't getting traction today, if I keep spinning, I'm going to actually go to the junkyard, pull the wheels off the Hellcat, or a pair of the rear wheels off the Hellcat, let's just go with that, and mount these brand new bad boys on there, and not have to worry about any spinning issues. And I'll throw the Hellcat wheels on there. And these are actually, so the Hellcat comes with 305s, these are 315s, so they're a little bit wider, not too much. But on the Magnum, it's going to be drastically different, because these are 375s. So yeah, 375, 275. So it'll be a little bit more traction. And these are a lot stickier tire than those all seasons. These are actually made for racing. To give the Magnum another wash for this trip, there are a bunch of bugs splattered all over this, and dust and rain. So let's get it clean again. It seems way more aggressive than the other one. Hopefully the Gorilla Tape holds back there. The Magnum cleaned up again. This car wash didn't even take off the numbers. The Gorilla Tape did start leaking a little bit, but it's still holding in. And I did clean the floor mats and vacuum out the interior. And now what I'm gonna do is get some fuel and then mix it with that 104 that I got at the track. So we bump up the octane a little bit. Put 2 gallons of 91 in the Magnum. I put 5 or 6 gallons in the jug, and then I have 5 gallons of 104 that I'm gonna mix. I'll probably just add half of this to the car at the racetrack so I don't have too much fuel in here. I have been running this with a full tank. The less fuel that's in there, the kind of better, because it'll be a little bit lighter. Sitting in the staging lanes waiting to do my first run in Pueblo, and it seems like the track is actually pretty prepped, so I should be able to hook up this time. Tires right here on this Trackhawk are as bald as the ones on that rolled over SRT8. First run, it went 13.686, which isn't that great. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit closer to 13, but we'll try again. For my third run today, my second run didn't go so well. I spun pretty long and got like a 14.4. People have been wanting some information on the 3000 GT running at race week, and he seems like he's been having a lot of problems. He's going to run now, so I guess we'll see what he can do. All right, so I have been called out by an an RX-2 that is LS swapped with what engine?
It's an LT engine with a 4L80.
And it has headers to kind of get it to mount in here, and the intake. Really, the hood doesn't go on here yet, but how much power does it make? What's its fastest been?
So my last pass, well, my fastest pass was 12:01 in Kentucky. But here it's only running like 12:08 was my last pass in Pueblo tonight.
So it's faster than Magnum, quite a bit.
Yep, so I'm gonna drag your ass, Dave.
So we are doing a drag race, and the Magnum has been running like 14.6 to like 13.5. So it's gonna be, I mean, depending on...
You better cut a good light, that's all I gotta say.
I mean, you better hope this doesn't have a fuel cut again.
Well, we just changed the fuel filter, so I think I have an advantage now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
Now,
I don't want to jinx myself, but...
So pretty much we're gonna do a race, we're gonna roll up, lines are moving pretty quick, and when we get up there, we're just gonna tell them that we wanna go together and see what happens.
For Carter, 11:37. Here we go, brothers, going at it. These are the Halls. That's Jerry Hall in the right lane. He's in the GMC Sprint. Left lane, Robert Hall. He's in the 67 Chevelle. Both from Pueblo, West Colorado. 14.0 class. Robert goes 14.06. Jerry goes 14.07. Robert currently number 2 in the 14.0 class behind Robert or Larry Armstrong. And Jerry currently number 4. Next pair coming at you.
Just finished a race with the Magnum and the RX-2, and the Magnum lost, but it didn't do too bad of a pass. It was a 13.5. It wasn't my best 13. I'm gonna turn that other slip in. I don't think it's gonna go any faster at this altitude without doing anything else to it, but you're the winner.
I am the winner.
What'd you get?
I ran a 12.8 at 108, and you ran a 13.5 at 103.
That's not bad.
And what was your reaction time?
I mean,
0.6 compared to a 0.2.
yeah.
Dave was sleeping at the light.
I mean, there isn't a reaction time in this race. There's no reaction time in this. It's just for time.
I'm competitive though, so I'm like trying to cut the best light there is.
And I'm like not competitive, so
Whatever.
I really am not.
Okay.
But it was fun. Actually got to race somebody that I know instead of just a bunch of random people.
Yep.
But yeah, she actually won.
I did win.
But your car's lighter.
It is a lot lighter. That's a heavy car.
But this is 485 horsepower.
It's a boat.
And that's how much horsepower?
I don't know.
It has to be at least in the close to 4.
Yeah, I think so. I have to ask James. I forgot what it did on the dyno.
Yeah. So her and James are Build Tune Race, and they have their own YouTube channel if you want to check them out. They have the RX-2, his dad's Buick over there, which, how much power does that make?
That makes probably around 1,200 horsepower. It runs, well, it could run probably high 7s for sure. And we went 200 in the standing calf.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a pretty quick car. And then we have the Camaro, which we drag race. And then we just built the burnout truck, Bernie.
Burnout truck?
Burnout truck.
Oh, man.
We haven't did a burnout yet, so hopefully we're going to be able to do that quick since there's going to be some more events going on.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Got a lot of cool stuff going on.
The Magnum is now back home. The best time that it ran today was a 13.50, which really isn't that bad. It still didn't run like a 13.00. It's just the altitude, and also not being able to use launch control. If I did use launch control, I would need, stickier tires or slicks. And, there's just a lot of variables. The track prep today at Pueblo was very, very nice. Everybody was kind of happy that the track was actually prepped for the race, and everybody's cars were just hooking up really well. Besides the whole altitude situation, a lot of turbo cars really don't matter, but the Magnum, 485 horsepower in Nebraska and Kansas, it ran quite a bit better. So I could most likely run a 13, but I would need the slicks and the launch control. Right now what I'm doing is just holding the brake, loading it up. It goes to about 2025. If I go anything over that, it wants to start spinning the tires, which really does me no good. So I'll have to work on a few little things here and there, maybe get some slicks, fix the launch control, pretty much just delete that ABS light, which will allow me to engage launch control, and then be able to set the launch control to where I need it so I could run some quicker times. But I'm really happy with how the Magnum has done throughout the whole trip, not having any real major issues. Tomorrow we're going back to Bandimere, which once we get the whole route done, I think it's close to 2,000 miles, something like that. So the Magnum has had some miles on it. And before I took it on the trip, I drove it maybe 150 miles. So that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.